There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Go the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Thursday, December the 18th. We're ready for a big NFL game tonight, maybe the game of the year so far, when we have the Seattle Seahawks hosting the Los Angeles Rams tonight on Thursday night football. We'll have our companion stream coverage here tonight in conjunction with razor sharp picks. We have a great game tonight, 7:45 Eastern, 4:45 Pacific. Join us here on the network as we get some questions answered here in the NFC West tonight. Who's it going to be? Seahawks and Rams. Will preview that game and more here on the Morning Steam Show, including tonight there's a bowl game as well. The Xbox Bowl is a big card of NBA basketball, NHL hockey, and we'll cover a few basketball games here from the college ranks on the Morning Steam Show. Thank you for joining me here as we get ready for our sports betting day. Hello to those folks in the chat. You can get more picks from me here today when you subscribe over at winnable.com/Ramon. Get more selections from me here every day when you subscribe and get additional content over at winnable.com/Ramon. You can win a free month of picks just by making a comment in the chat during the show. You can say hello. You can make a pick. You can type a 1 if you want. I'm not going to run a duck race, but we'll have a pre-subscription. And if you go to Winnable, if you just make a play, go to winnable.com/Ramon, use the promo code WINNER when you win today, and also use the promo code STEAM. Save 20% off those premium pick packages from me and also from Mikey and Jeff. Make sure you join us over at winnable.com. You can click this QR code right here, and I'll take you right to my Winnable page, show you the options over there for subscribing. I appreciate everyone and their subscriptions and their renewals here every day. Really keeps me coming back here on the channel. This is how you support me on the Sports Money Network. Keep coming back, and I have some exclusive plays for you there by going to winnable.com/Ramon. Say hello to the folks in the chat, and we'll get the show going, man. No time to waste. With a big day today, a lot of games to cover here, so settle in. Probably going to be here for 2 hours talking sports and sports betting here on a Thursday. Jimmy knows he's here. Good morning to Jimmy. Jim Bowe is here as well. Bobby Mack is here. Jim Duweiger. Look at the crew today. LALV. Blake is here. Nick Handy. Wow, what a crew as we get ready to go here. LALB talking about some of the action here yesterday, including NBA basketball. We gave you the winner here with the Chicago Bulls yesterday on the Morning Steam Show, and we had the under in the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves for a clean sweep there yesterday on Wednesday. We also brought a few winners here on the show with some of our picks in college basketball, Vanderbilt and Memphis game. To go under. Yeah, we had that one here on the Morning Steam Show. Also, Texas, San Antonio, and USC game to go over yesterday. Had that one here as well. And few others, including some hockey winners yesterday. We have a big hockey card today, man. I'll tell you what, we'll be here quite a while with 10 games on the ice tonight. Did have some winners here on the Morning Steam Show with Kings and Panthers game to go under. We also had the Mammoth over the Red Wings. Yeah, we had the Mammoth there yesterday. Also, we had the Carolina Hurricanes on the puck line. Man, we had some winners here in the NHL on the show there yesterday, didn't we? Also, Jets and Blues under. So we went 4-1 there with the picks in the NHL on the show yesterday. All right, who else is here? Steve Elipterian, nice to have you, of course, as always. And Greg says, how do you like Memphis college basketball there with that win yesterday over Vandy? Yeah, we tried to go for a double play there, but Memphis did the job there as a dog. Probably got a little too greedy with Vanderbilt and the hot play that they've had here so far this season, at least for me anyway, right? All right. Let's look at some of the action here as we get ready for the card, and we'll start it off here right away with the big game in the National Football League. So get ready, everybody. We're going to start and get rolling here with our huge card and preview these games. Let's go to it and get rolling. I don't need to tell you guys how big this one is in the NFC West. Both teams come in here 11-3. You know, the 49ers, they're not in bad shape either at 10-4, but one of these teams is going to move to 12-3 here tonight. The Seahawks are favored to win by 2 points, and the total here is 42. I mean, you got to expect some defense here between these two staunch defenses, but these guys have some offense too. Don't get bent out of shape like it's going to be. It's a tough matchup for sure for the Los Angeles Rams here, especially if they're going to be shorthanded in the passing game here tonight without Devontae Adams. That's a big injury here. It's really put a little bit of a crux into the Rams' plans, it feels like for me. I mean, you have Puka Nacua desperate to get into the end zone so he can show off his controversial dance. I'm sure he'll be, if he does this dance, I'm sure he'll be suspended by the league, wouldn't he? In such a gross form that would prove to be. But beyond that, you have Whittington and Atwell and Mumford. Seems a little bit thin. Good thing the Rams have decent tight end position here with Colby Parkinson here. Should be in a pretty good situation here today, especially if they're going to be down here without Higbee as well. Don't forget in the tight end position, you have Parkinson here tonight. You can even look maybe at Allen and Ferguson tonight. I like the tight end position for the Rams, but that's really where you're looking at with the Rams right now. I mean, you're really going to have to have Nacua almost have a monster game here tonight if they're going to be able to click against this Seattle defense. Hey, a little bit of steam here right now. We didn't have any to get the show started necessarily, but real quick, I just want to pass along a move to everyone, let you know I'm thinking about you. Furman is taking the steam. I just mentioned it because maybe some of you are on board with the picks over at winnable.com with me here. Furman just took the steam in their matchup against Manhattan. Furman opened as low as a 7.5 point favorite. Then they moved up here to 9 or so, but now we're looking at some 10.5s out there with Furman today, taking the steam against Manhattan here on the Morning Steam Show. How about that? Continue our preview though here right now with the Rams and the Seahawks. So that just feels like to me what's kind of the thank you, Siri. The situation here with the Rams. I mean, yes, Kyron Williams can have a big game. Blake Corum is one of the true guys that are taking a lot of momentum here, it feels like right now, with a couple of good games, 3 good games in a row for Blake Corum, but still the Seahawks probably top 7 or 8 run defense here, and the pass defense is very, very solid as well. So I think for Stafford, it's going to have to be get the ball to these tight ends, get the ball to Nakua if you can as often as possible. But look, they'll be able to have some good defense, I think, on Nakua here. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, I think it's an average matchup here. Look, I think the Rams are if I can say it like this, I think the Rams are the better team, but I think the situation for the Seahawks just plays out well for them here with the scenario. So I think it will be tough here for the Rams, but I don't think. Look, 42. This is a championship football game, man. If this thing ends up here, what, uh, 21-19 or something like that. I don't know if it's going to be that low of a score. I mean, I think we got a great matchup here with some players who can do it. I know I'm kind of talking down about the Rams and their potential offensively, but still here, if you can get 2 touchdowns and a couple of field goals, put some pressure on Seattle to have to get that extra score. I'm kind of going over here. Maybe I'm going against my computer over here, but I kind of think the number's a little bit low for 2 high-quality teams, despite the fact that I think, defensive oriented for sure. You got Sam Darnold here. Look, he could be under pressure here with these guys for sure. And look, Walker, Charbonnet, we want to keep going to the well with those guys, but they're not necessarily breaking out here of late. I mean, Walker has been a no-show here for 2 weeks in a row here right now. And as for Charbonnet, he hasn't found the end zone here in quite a while. So 3 weeks now, as a matter of fact. He also was kind of subpar there, although what can you say? I mean, the Rams just keep winning, so the Seahawks just keep winning, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But with Jackson Smith and Jigba, I kind of like him over all the Rams receivers in this game for production matters. Now, Cooper Kupp, he's going up against his old team here. For sentimental reasons, you could take him here, but I think they actually might be able to cuff Kupp here, if you know what I mean. I think I'd rather look to Rashid Shaheed here today. I prefer him over Kupp in this situation today. But again, I think if you had to look at Smith and Jigba, Shaheed and Kupp, I might prefer those guys over the trio of Nakua, Whittington, and Atwell. Here, yeah, you might take Stafford a little bit for sure over Darnold, but you're in Seattle here, so that's going to be a factor too. The 12s will be here. No one's saying that they're not. Also here, average matchup for AJ Barner, but he has fallen below expectations for the last 4 weeks in a row. So, look, I think it'll be a struggle to get there, but I think the total just sets up a little bit too low for me. I've got to go over in this one with Seattle and the Rams. Maybe that's a square feel for me, but I'm taking the over in this one. I think we got a hot football game here, and even if the defense rules, I think it still ends up going over here. I don't know if the Rams get shut down in less than, I guess 17 or less. The Rams are going to lose. They're not going to cover, and they're going to end up going under. But if they get over 17, I think that will determine that it'll go over here, and maybe the Rams can get it. Here's some steam again right now. Let me give a couple of moves out that just are coming in here. Tennessee Martin and Tennessee State steam to the under here in this one. It was 145 with Tennessee Martin and Tennessee State. This one going under. Move to the under here anyway right now in this one. It's down to 142.5. That's a move here of 2.5 points. Steam coming in. Tennessee Martin and Tennessee State move to the under also. Georgia State and Georgia Southern. We're having some steam coming in this one right now on the over here with these two. I don't know. I kind of get behind this right now. It was 157, but we're going to go up to 159. It looks like here right now with this one between Georgia State and Georgia Southern. I'm seeing this one here currently at, I'm sorry, I stand corrected, 160 right now. 160, a 3-point move here on that one. Man, that's going to, yeah, it's going to be that. It's going to be 160 points here, I would think for sure in that one between Georgia State and Georgia Southern. But it is a 3-point move, make no mistake. And how about this? So I don't know. Maybe the Sharps are just being funny here right now. Western Carolina and Georgia. This one is getting steamed here right now to the over in this one at. It was 166. Man, the totals are high today. And this one here right now between Western Carolina and Georgia is going higher here. The steam's coming in on the over in this one now up to 169.5 with Western Carolina and Georgia nearly a 3-point move or more here to the over. Man, big time here. Western Carolina and Georgia steam to the over. Also, Illinois and Illinois State steam here. Illinois State and Southern Illinois steam here to the over in this one with these two. It was 152.5. We're seeing steam to the over here in this one between Illinois State and Southern Illinois. This is in the preview later on, and right now we're seeing that total up here to 155. Another 2.5-point move here today. Man, if you're chasing the steam, you're going over in a lot of these games here today. I guess I could go to the chat here now. We got those moves in and see what you guys think in the football game here tonight. Covered some of the personnel there certainly tonight. And just see if you guys see it the way I do, but should be a great one. I mean, come on. All right, here we go. Hello to Cliff Floyd, man. Great to see Cliff Floyd in there today. And Abel, nice to see Abel here. Hello to Abel. He had Tarleton yesterday. Abel talking about the conditions now. The funny thing about it, oh man, here comes another move right now, you guys. Drake and Murray. Here's another move to the over. What's going on with the Sharps here? Steam to the over here with Drake and Murray State. It was 159. We're seeing this one go higher here right now to 161.5. Here, big time steam to the over in this one. Okay. Anyway, as far as the weather here, just so strange here, the weather conditions, right? Supposed to be mostly clear, sunny in the afternoon, but approaching game time, here come the thunder showers a little bit, or the showers, I should say. I don't think we're in jeopardy of any thunder, if you will, but supposed to be raining here, more than a 50% chance of rain at the start of the game. However, that should dissipate relatively immediately within the first, maybe quarter and a half. Maybe in the first half it'll be raining, and then it's supposed to dissipate and just be clear skies the rest of the night. But you do have windy conditions here as well, 17 to 18 miles an hour. You know, it's an interesting stadium with the high stands and everything, but LALB says, what about those prime time unders? Hey, there's no doubt. I mean, there's a definite solid trend here to the prime time under, but oh man, these two teams are pretty great. And we know that. Overall, when you look at these guys and the totals here, I mean, the Rams are 5-1 to the over on the road. Seattle's 7-4 to the over as a favorite. And Greg says that he thinks there's big time revenge here. Of course, the Rams won 21-19, although the Seahawks covered that game. It was a 3-point spread. They won by 2, did the Rams in that game. Last year's meeting here was in November of 2024, and the Rams won that one 26-20. They've actually had a bit of an upper hand uh, in the series of late between these two teams. It's been kind of dominated by the Rams. They've won 4 of the last 5 in the series, and the Rams have won 3 of the last 4 here in Seattle. 9 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams have gone under, and it was hard for me to get away from a head-to-head trend like that. But look, you got a 2-point spread, and the total is basically 42, maybe it's 41 and a half. Now, I can do the math of that, right? Figure, like I said, 22-20, that's not even a real score. 21-19, that could happen. 21-20. But the closer you get to that in the 21-21 range, I mean, to me, kind of lends to the fact that maybe someone's going to need an extra score. Here's a little bit of steam. Hey, we got an under here finally. Arkansas, Little Rock, and Southern Indiana steam to the under. Here it was 142, but we're down to here to going lower here. Arkansas, Little Rock, and Southern Indiana, some steam to the under here, and this one's down to 140 right now with this one. At least some things going under here. About a 2-point move to the under there with Little Rock and Southern Indiana. Let's see what else we got here. Abel says he likes these running backs to go over tonight in this game. I mean, I'm going to have a hard time reconciling the fact that I do kind of like the over, because I don't know if I like any of these players today to go over. But again, I think that the props kind of point to an under here for sure, but someone's got to score. So, all right, Blake likes the Seahawks here. Abel says first quarter, first half, full game, go under. Var likes the over here. Public Enemy's here today. Hello to Public Enemy. And Greg says the spread's too low here. Here's LALV, first quarter under, first half under. Public Enemy says Rams money line and over. And if she says, Greg says, you go back to last year, the Rams always beat Seattle. Well, last season, Seattle did win at Los Angeles 30-25, although the Rams covered that one. Abel says Nakua is going to be a one-man show. And we'll see. I mean, if he does that controversial dance, I mean, could he face a fine or get suspended? He has been practicing an anti-Semitic dance here, so we'll see if the people see it that way. All right, let's see here. Hello to AOD there. Greg says Rams 21-20. Robert McCormick likes the Rams on the money line. Good morning to Razor today. Make sure you join us tonight for our companion stream coverage in conjunction with Razor Sharp Picks, Rams and Seattle here tonight. I hope I make it. I'm going to a debut of a new poker room here, and if I get stuck, I might have to call in. And Blake is here as well, or maybe I'll be winning. All right, I guess that's it from you guys in the chat, and I'm going to take the over here despite all these trends of the prime time unders. And look, I'm not doubting that there's great defense here going to be played. I think it might be Seattle's defense that ends up getting this win here somehow. Maybe, look, if they keep it down and make it 21-17 here, it just doesn't sound like that type of game, right? I mean, to me, with still solid teams, solid offenses. I mean, you can't deny that. I mean, that you don't come all this way 11-3. But like I said, the series is 9-2 to the under the last 11 games between these two teams. You have division rivals. So, I'm not making it sound sketchy. I'm just saying it feels to me like someone's going to need an extra score here, especially late. If it's a team that's losing, 21-19, 20-17, something in there. Something's going to have to give there late in the game. Now, if this game is, you know, uh, 17-13, I would be surprised, actually. I mean, you can't really think that the offenses of these two, uh, you know, pretty high level quarterbacks are going to be held that much in check, anyways. For Seattle, they've won 8 of their last 9 games overall. Seattle's 4-2 against the spread as a home favorite this year. They're also 15-5 of last 20 against the spread, coming in off of a win. Now, the one interesting stat of note here is that the Rams are 12-2 against the spread in their last 14 division road games. Meanwhile, the Seahawks are 5-9 against the spread in their last 14 division home games here. Seattle has held their opponents to a 4-9-1 record under in their team total. Rams are 13-6 ATS last 19, coming in off of a win. They've gone over in 5 of their last 7 games overall here. Like I said, Rams 5-1 to the over on the road. All right. Seattle's been the hotter cover here for sure of late, covering 8 of their last 10. They're also 8-3 against the spread as a favorite. The Rams, they're an underdog for just the second time this season. They are 0-1 straight up and against the spread as an underdog this season. All right. I see you guys have kind of finished your picks in the chat. Oh, 9 Legacy says Seahawks on the spread, full game over. I'm going to go ahead and take the over in this one. Might have to cross my fingers, but I'm thinking, maybe it is a sharp side to stay under in this one. I just couldn't bring myself to it. I'm going to take the over here with the Rams and the Seahawks here tonight. Well, that's going to do it for Thursday night football. You guys are done with your picks, so let's move on to one bowl game today, this evening. Not going to get much attention, going right up against the football, the NFL game, but you do have the Xbox Bowl. Who wouldn't want to play in the Xbox Bowl? I think everyone gets a free Xbox if you're a player in this game. Who wouldn't want that? Missouri State on the favored side here by 2.5 now? Is that right? 2 and 54.5. Missouri State's coming in here off of back-to-back losses to Kennesaw and Louisiana Tech. Meanwhile, Arkansas State beat App State 30-29 last time out. They didn't cover as a 1.5 point favorite here, but for Arkansas State, they're 5-2 as an underdog against the spread this season, but Missouri State's 4-2 against the spread as a favorite. Missouri State comes in here with a 7-5 record of their first year here in FBS. Got a veteran quarterback in Clark, who's pretty much played 3 seasons here. Pretty good QB for sure. Missouri State 4-2, 5-4 against the spread this year in games with a single-digit spread. Missouri State's 5-2 in games decided by 8 points or less this season. Conference USA non-conference favorites come in with a record of 4-1 against the spread this year. For Arkansas State here, they've won 5 of their last 7 coming in. Their quarterback, Raynor's had a pretty good season, 3,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, 11 picks. Here, Arkansas State 6-2, as we said, as an underdog, 5-2, maybe 6-2. One of them was pretty close to a pick 'em. Your mileage may vary, but Arkansas State's gone under in 8 of their last 10 games coming into this one. Sun Belt non-conference underdogs this year, 11-18 here this season. So it does feel like Missouri State coming from a little bit stronger situation here than Arkansas State. These two teams haven't met, I think, in maybe 5 years or so. Maybe I was too far. I didn't even research it, really. But this is the former Bahamas Bowl, now the Xbox Bowl here in Frisco, Texas. Sun Belt teams 7-4 straight up, 6-5 against the spread against Conference USA opponents. So maybe that does weigh a little bit against the CUSA non-conference favorites and the fact that the Sun Belt Dogs were pretty bad this year. But I'm going to go ahead and take Missouri State in this one to win over Arkansas State. I'll lay the 2 points. Give me the Bears tonight over the Red Wolves. Let's hear from you in the chat in tonight's bowl game if you'd like. And hello to Tom Regard. Good morning to Tom. You'll take the Rams tonight. Trevor's with Missouri State on the money line. Robert likes the under in this one. Good morning to AJ. Here's Barr. He's going under in this one. And Bobby Mack also liking the favorite here in this one. All right, we're not going to spend too much time here. If you guys got your picks in, and I'll keep it moving here right now as keep the show going. We're going to the big NBA cards, so we got to keep this show moving, man. There's a lot of games today here. A big sports betting Thursday here today. And make sure you join us tonight with Razor and Mike and me for the NFL coverage on this big game tonight. All right, let's move to the basketball here right now and start it off. Go through them all here, even though some of these games may not quite deserve. I think this one can still include the Hawks here on the favorite here on the road by 5, maybe 5.5 here. Final 239 in this one with the Hawks coming in having won 2 of their last 3 games coming in this one. Some of these teams have had a few days off here with the NBA Cup and a little bit of respite. But, for example, Atlanta hasn't played in 4 days here, but they did beat Philadelphia last time out. Hawks in here coming in 10-6 against the spread on the road this season. But, man, they are a road favorite here. That's scary. But I know you're playing Charlotte here. Still Charlotte 12-10 against the spread as a dog. Atlanta 5-8 against the spread as a favorite. They got to do it on the road here in this one. Charlotte's been a big time under this season. They've been going under hardcore here of late. They've gone under in 9 of their last 10 games, actually coming into this one right now for the Hawks. Not only that, 8 of the last 10 games at home against Atlanta have gone under here. So, yeah, Atlanta does trend to the over, 16-11 to the over, 10-6 to the over on the road, and 8-5 to the over as a favorite. But Charlotte 6-16 to the under as a dog, 4-9 to the under at home. And like I said, it kind of pointed out that 8 of the last 10 under at home between these two for Charlotte here. I'm going to take the under in this one between Atlanta and Charlotte. Pretty high total. The steam came in on the over, but I'm going to take the under in this one. All right, just me and Bobby Mack, I guess. He likes the Hornets plus the points. He likes the under, so me and Bobby are seeing it right, seeing it clear there together on that one. Let's keep it moving here. You guys are welcome to make your comments and picks in the chat. Let's go here next to the Knickerbockers here. The celebration is still on with the Knicks. They're just getting a lot of heat here right now because of they don't want to hang a banner. Might as well hang a banner. You're the New York Knicks, man. I mean, what else? What are you going to do? Win the title this year? Now, look, they're having a pretty good season. They're having a pretty good run right now. They might even be overlooked at some of these odds here, although they're getting lower by the day here. It feels like in the Eastern Conference, but Knicks smoking hot here, 18-8 against the spread, 9-1 against the spread in their last 10, 17-6 against the spread as a favorite here. The Knicks are hot, 6 straight wins and covers here right now. Indiana here, meanwhile, they are still 8-6 against the spread at home. They have covered a few games here as dogs of late. Indiana's gone under in 4 of their last 5 and also under in 4 of their last 6 at home. They're 9-17 to the under so far this season,
Steam playing.
8-13 to the under at home. Here's a little bit of steam, though, in college basketball. Let me pass this one along. We'll get right back to it. Just want to mention this because it is the early game here between North Florida and Charleston Southern. We're going to preview it because we're just less than an hour away from tip-off. But the steam is coming in right now on the over here in this one. Wow, this one was already flying higher here. It was at 160 overnight, but all of a sudden, man, the steam is really coming in here. I'm seeing 164, a little bit of juice to the under at Bet Online, but man, this one's seeing about a 4-point move since the opener here with North Florida and Charleston Southern here. That one gets underway in about an hour. We'll hopefully be there. We'll hopefully get that preview off before the game goes off. That wouldn't be right. Okay, Knicks and Pacers here, though. As I said, we're talking about this. I think I've made my point. I think I'm going with the under here in this one also with the Knicks and the Pacers. Now, this one, the widely reported steam did come in on the under, and seeing it down here now to 225.5. I'm going under with the Knicks and the Pacers here tonight. All right, let's see what you guys. Oh, there's some plays. Maybe the chat was behind here a little bit. Tom Regard, he liked the Hawks there, -5. A little bit of prop action from Abel. VAR's going over in this one. Hey, Dougie Wise got the free bands. Nice to see Dougie in there. He likes the Seahawks as his play today. Thank you, Dougie. Robert liking the Knicks here. He also likes the over in this one. Tom liked the Pacers in that. He likes the Pacers in this one plus the points. Abel liking the under here. Keep it moving here right now with the Heat taking on the Nets here. The Heat, 6.5-point favorite, total 227.5. The Heat are on a big-time losing streak here right now. Hero is out. They're still going to be 6.5-point favorites here over the Nets, but Normie Powell questionable. Jovic is out. Larson's been out here now almost close to a week. Meanwhile, for the Nets, Cam Thomas, he's still out. Highsmith is out as well here for Brooklyn. They come in here right now with record of 7-18, but they're 8-7, or I'm sorry, 6-7 against the spread at home. Miami, though, big time struggles here, like we said, to the number and losing games here, losing streak coming into this one right now. Miami is 5 straight losses and a 1-4 spread right now in those last 5 games coming in. So I don't know. Are they going to struggle here maybe a little bit against the Brooklyn team? Miami's gone under in 5 straight. Brooklyn's gone under in 10 of their last 12. 5 straight meetings between the two teams have gone under. So feels like possibly a low-scoring game here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Brooklyn Nets here, plus the points. The Heat are obviously having a few issues here right now. Let me try the Nets at home against the Heat. Heat might get this win, but, man, can they cover right now? They haven't covered here in 3 straight, and the one game that they did cover, they were getting enough points at Orlando. That was a non-cup game against Orlando, and they also lost and failed at Dallas. So Heat have failed to cover now in 7 of their last 10 games. I'll try Brooklyn in this one. And let's see here. VAR, I'm going to VAR here, like in Brooklyn. Tom taking Brooklyn. Robert going with the under here in this one. All right, Clippers at the Thunder here. Look at this one, 17.5 here. It's even 18 here now in a few spots. Total here, 221.5, maybe 222 here right now, going up just a little bit here on the morning steam. I do have OKC here coming in with a 24-2 record. Of course, they're coming in off a loss in their last game to San Antonio, of course, in the NBA Cup semifinals. Clippers here, meanwhile, have lost 4 straight. They did cover 2 of those games against Minnesota and against Houston. They failed to cover in a couple losses against Memphis, but they're back to their losing ways here because they're a disaster. We know that. But still a pretty big number for an Oklahoma City team to lay here. They're still 7-6 against the spread at home, 14-12 against the spread as a favorite. The Clippers are just 8-18 against the spread this season, 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. Thunder have won 16 of their last 17. They're 4-1 against the spread, obviously, in their last 5 games. Clippers 1-9 straight up in their last 10 and 1-5 against the spread against OKC here in their last 6 matchups with the Thunder. So Thunder kind of own the series here, and man, tough spread here, right? To want to lay it, but what are you going to do? You really want to try the Clippers here? I don't know if I can. I might actually have to lay it here. Let's see what you guys have in the chat in this one. Up to 18 here. What an embarrassment these Clippers are right now. You have Harden out of this game. I mean, that's bad enough right there. But hey, how about everybody's favorite, Yannick Coden-Edenhauser? He's going to be out of this game. Derek Jones has been out for a while now, of course. Batum is probable here for the Clippers. For the Thunder, Jalen Williams, the forward, he is out. Hartenstein is out of this game as well. Isaiah Joe is probable here. I'm going to lay 18 points. I'm going to lay it with the Thunder here in this one. Let's go to the chat and see who's going to take 18 points. Okay, Tom. Tom's going to take it. No one else did, but Tom will. Var went over. Abel went over in this one. And LALV, he took the over last night. Or maybe he took over last night. He took over the situation. He took over the nightlife. He took over the scene. No, he took over the game total. And good morning to D Money in the chat. All right, another big spread here. Wizards taking on the Spurs. These 2 games, both the Clippers and the Thunder and the Warriors and the Spurs, if you're going by a Las Vegas rotation book, you might not have those 2 games. They're actually right-in games. They were somewhat postponed from last night. The games were scheduled now here for the last a few weeks with this date on it, but you might notice that the line sheet may have these games as game number 513 and 514, and this one 515 and 516, whereas the rest of the schedule picks up at 519 and 520. That's a little gambling talk there if you follow the books like I do. Anyway, you got the Wizards here coming in with a dismal 4-20 record. The Spurs are 18-7, but the Wizards are coming in off of a win over Indiana, 108-89 as a 10-point dog. One of their best performances of the season, no doubt. Spurs, meanwhile, coming in here off that loss to the Knicks in the NBA Cup to snap their 3-game winning streak. Of course, they beat Oklahoma City. They beat the Lakers. So Spurs are playing pretty well here, and they're healthy coming into this one. For the Wizards, meanwhile, a couple injuries here. Branham, questionable. Kispert is out. Middleton is out here. Koulibaly probable. Sarr probable into this one. For Washington here, they've lost 17 of their last 20 overall as part of that 4-20 record. Remember, they won the first, but Spurs are 10-2 straight up at home in their last 12 games. They've won 10 of their last 14 overall. Both teams kind of trending over, it feels like, right now, and 4 of the last 5 head-to-head matchups between these two teams have gone over here as well. The teams are combined 30-20 to the over this season. Washington's 13-9 to the over as a dog. San Antonio's 9-6 to the over as a favorite here. I'm going to lay the points in this one with San Antonio. I'm going to lay 14.5 here with the Spurs, maybe 15. I'm laying 15 points with San Antonio here tonight. Let's go to the chat here in this one. See if there's any opinions there. Robert liking the under here in this one. LALB says Spurs smash. Hello to M the Great in the chat. Tom likes the Spurs, but Barr says that's enough points for me. I'll take the Wizards. All right. Keep it moving here, man. Big card. No time to waste. Raptors and the Bucks here with Toronto coming in 16-11. The Bucks, they're 11-16, but both teams come in a little bit struggling here. Raptors run a losing streak before they won against the Heat last time out, 106-96. They won as a 4.5-point dog. Toronto hasn't been looking too good here of late, 2-8 overall in their last 10 against the spread. Meanwhile, for Milwaukee, they're coming in here 11-16, as I mentioned, 12-15 against the spread overall. Toronto here right now, they've despite their struggles, Milwaukee hasn't been too swift here of late either. They're actually 6-12 against the spread in their last 18 games. Are the Bucks here right now? Both teams are kind of heavily leaning under here of late. Milwaukee's gone under in 8 of its last 10. Toronto's gone under in 7 of their last 10. Also, Toronto 5-8 to the under on the road. So let's see how you have this one though with the Raptors and the Bucks here. Man, Toronto really struggling against the number. Milwaukee, of course, without Giannis, but they've been able to get a few covers here at least here. Giannis is out. Kuzma questionable. A.J. Green questionable. For Toronto here, Barrett, he is out of this game in total. I think he is probable here in this one. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. Okay, here we go. Hello to Justin in the chat. Hello to Sports Money this morning. Here's Robert going under. Justin likes the Pacers back there on that other game. Tom Reghard on the Bucks. Robert's on the Bucks. And Abel likes the under. I'm going to take the Bucks. You guys like the Bucks? I'll take the Bucks. Give me the Bucks here, plus the points at home. No Giannis, no problem. LALB says take the Bucks, right? Is it addition by subtraction here right now without Giannis in the lineup? They did cover in a loss to Detroit. They beat Boston, remember, at home. Did get clobbered by Brooklyn last time out for the worst game of the season. But, okay, a couple of moves here that came in college while I was yapping. Lindenwood is taking the steam here right now in their matchup with Western Illinois. Lindenwood was already up to 13.5 and kept getting bet down here overnight. But now here it comes back on Lindenwood. They have moved to a favorite here right now. Lindenwood is up to a 12, even a 12.5 point favorite. It was 13.5. So Lindenwood back up to 12.5, a 13-point favorite. Also, Tennessee Martin, they took the points with Tennessee Martin. It was 4.5. Here, Tennessee State was favored, but Tennessee Martin took the steam, and it's down here to 3 right now. Tennessee Martin taking the steam here on the morning steam. Barr took the Bucks in that game against Toronto. All right, next up here right now. Here we go. There we go. All right, it's going to be the Rockets taking on the Pelicans here. In this one, you got Houston, favorite, of course, of 9.5, maybe 10 right now, 234.5. Pelicans have won 2 in a row here. Look out for the Pels. Wins over Portland and Chicago. They've also covered 3 straight right now. Pelicans, 16-10 against the spread overall, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10, 9-5 against the spread at home, and 15-10 against the spread as a dog. So, hey, not so bad for a Pelicans team that isn't very good this season at just 5-22. They certainly know how to get the money. Meanwhile, though, for Houston, 16-7 record, but also 14-9 against the spread, pretty solid. 9-4 against the spread on the road, 12-9 against the spread as a favorite. So they know how to cover for sure. Now, both teams pretty solid to the over here, but the steam came in on the under here. I don't know if I can get away from this under, actually, despite the fact that the two teams are 30-20 to the over this season. Houston's 9-4 to the over. New Orleans 9-4 to the over on the road. The Pelicans are 11-4 to the over at home. I might be talking myself off this because I like the under in this game, but it's probably just the eye test because there's no doubt that the trends certainly favor the over here in this one with these two teams. But like I said, the widely reported steam did come in on the under here, down to 234 and a half. Let's see what you guys have. I might need your help here. 4 of the last 5 meetings have went over between these two teams. Rockets have won 15 of their last 20. They've also gone 4-1 against the spread versus New Orleans. So maybe that kind of neutralizes all of the fact that New Orleans is a strong cover because the Rockets have been a pretty good cover here too, of course. All right, let's see here. I'll go to the chat. Pardon me here, just trying to make sure we're getting any moves that are coming in here. Oh, man. All right, here we go to the chat. Sorry for the delay. Tom Righard liking the Pelicans. Justin's with me on the Rockets. Robert's on the Pels. Barr's on the Pels. Robert likes the over. D-Money likes the over as well. Abel's going to wait and see here where this one moves there, I guess, huh? Man, I tell you what, the Rockets' defense should be so solid here. It feels like on the Pelicans, I don't think the Pelicans can put up a big enough number here, it feels like to me. All right. I'm going to take the under in this one. I'll come in here with a little regret if it does not, but I don't know. I just don't have the Pelicans being able to score enough points here in this matchup. You figure, look, what is it going to be? 122 to 112. Can the Pelicans get to 115 points or so? Because I think the Rockets are going to cover by double. I think they're going to win by double digits. Okay. Well, hey. It's just a show on YouTube. Just make a pick, Ramon, but it tells you how I agonize over these. Let me move on here. You guys got your picks in. I'll move on. All right, the Pistons Pistons on the road, 6.5 against Dallas here. Total 230 in this one. Dallas has done a nice job here covering some numbers despite their 10-17 record here this season. Dallas 7-3 against the spread in their last 10, 12-7 against the spread as a dog. Detroit's failed to cover in 7 of their last 10 games overall. The Mavs are 5-2 straight up and against the spread in their last 7 games. Cooper Flag's pretty much on fire. Kind of, if you think about it, doing some things that some players, haven't been many players his age at all to play in the league. But, just everything he's doing right now looks pretty strong here. Dallas games have been flying over the total, man. But, is this one really going to go? It's another one where I feel like, can they get to 230 here or whatever it is here? What do I have on the demographic? 229.5 in this one? With the way, Detroit 5-7 to the under on the road, Dallas 7-9 to the under at home. Here in this one, I see the total, I see the number there, but it doesn't make sense to me. A lot of pressure to the over, it feels like a lot of pressure to the under from the sharps. They're only now starting to go over here. It looks like, I'm going to take the Dallas Mavericks here in this game. Give me Dallas plus the points against the Pistons here. They already played their first meeting. It was in Detroit. Detroit won at 122-110 as a 7.5 point favorite in that one. Detroit here 11-9 to the over as a favorite. 8 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams have gone over. That is a 6-year sample size, but nonetheless, they've gone over in 2 straight games. At 232 in the last game, it was 227.5 was the total. So here come the plays from you guys in the chat. D Money likes Dallas plus the points. Bar likes the under. Tom Regard taking the Mavs. Robert's going to take the Pistons. And hello to Fernando in the chat. Man, Fernando. Hey, at least Fernando, went to the Heisman Trophy ceremony with some class there. Didn't he? Not like Diego Pavia. He told all those voters to the thing with Pavia now and this clapback that he's getting on his social media post, talking bad about all the Heisman voters there and F the voters. I mean, that's a lot of people that tell off, man. There's a lot of voters in the Heisman. Mavs for LALB. Mavs team total under for Fernando here. Robert likes the under in this one. We move on. Magic taking on the Nuggets here Thursday night. NBA Magic coming in here 15-11 right now. Denver 19-6. Denver favored by 7. They're on a big winning streak here coming in right now, and they're covering too. 13-9 as a favorite for the Nuggets against the spread. Meanwhile, Orlando 4-3 against the spread as an underdog. Crazy to think that Orlando 26 games this season, they've been favorites in 19 of them. They're not the worst team against the spread, but they are 12-14 only straight against the spread coming into this one. The Magic have covered 7 of the last 9 meetings against Denver. Usually just favored, Denver favored by too many, but this one is just 7, I say. The teams have not met yet this season. Denver did win here at home, 112-90 over the Magic last season to cover 6 points. Denver's been just a machine, it feels like, offensively here of late, and they've gone over in 9 of their last 10. They've gone over in 5 straight at home. Hard to think that they wouldn't really be strong here this one, despite the fact, Orlando, pretty decent defensive team, but maybe that's why it's a respectable number here, right? At 7, I think that number gives a lot of respect, actually, to the Orlando Magic. Kind of want to take them here. I wish it was more, but it seems like it should be a little more. I know the sharps are starting to come in, certainly on Orlando, and I kind of want to take them here too. Let me go to the chat before I make my call on this one. Here we go with, whoops. Let's see here. I lost my spot. Here we go. Justin's first. Magic over for Justin in this one. Oh, Abel went with the Rockets there in that last game there. Team total over. 120, yeah. Okay, Robert's on the Magic here. All right, I'll give you guys another second, but I'll go ahead and take the Magic here in this one. Give me the Magic +7 here on the morning Steam show. Plant-based. Hello to Plant-based today. I'm not sure. I'm sure Mikey will. I've already got my plays up there for today on Winnable in the college ranks. I got a 5-pack up there right now. I certainly will be having my plays. Like I said, I do already. And Mike will too. I mean, he doesn't miss. So Tom Reghard says Magic +7. All right, there, a little bit of Magic action. Abel says Paolo over 22.5 points. How about that? Okay, next up. Lakers taking on the Jazz here tonight in Utah, and the Lakers are favored by 8. Total 242.5 here in this one. It's up to 243.5. Actually, it looks like here right now. Jazz coming in off back-to-back wins over Memphis and Dallas. They got the money in those. Lakers coming in off of a win over Phoenix on the road, 116, 114. They've been alternating wins and losses here of late. For the Lakers here coming into this one, just 4-9 against the spread in the last 13 meetings with Utah right now. They did win here back in November, 108-106, but Utah got the money in that one. Lakers also pummeled Utah at home, 114 to 126. Still, they only covered that game by 1 point. So these two teams have been a pretty steady over so far. It feels like right now the teams are combined 33-17 to the over. 11 of the last 14 meetings between these two teams have gone over as well. I just wonder, though, if Utah can actually get their team total here in this. I think they will.
Critical notice.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I was having a little bit of technical difficulty there. Getting to what I need. There we go. All right. So anyway, here, yeah, massive trend alignment. It feels like between these two teams. You got the Lakers here, 8-5 to the over as a favorite. Utah 10-4 to the over at home, 13-8 to the over as a dog. So Lakers have been a little bit of an under team this season, 6-8 to the under on the road, but man, that's a pretty high number, and I still might do it here with the over. Let me go to the chat again in this one. You'd think I'd have more conviction here with this huge card. I actually like the card very much, but let me see here. Luca over for Justin. Hello to good morning to Flea Mathis today. Abel likes the over. Plant-based Lakers and under. Fernando on the over here. Var liking the Jazz. Yeah, the Jazz are a tough team. Usually they're better to back them on the road. It feels like, given their penchant, but still 10-4 against the spread at home. It's just the Lakers are 10-4 against the spread on the road. It's kind of their role here a little bit. All right. I still feel like here this number, man, is pretty high, but you'd think it'd probably go over. Greg has it. That's what it is right there. It's so close, it feels like right now. But again, I think because of the series history as well, 11 and last 14 over, I'm going to take the over in this one. Probably the least conviction there for me, but I'm going to take the over with the Lakers and the Jazz here tonight. Let's keep it moving right now. We're making a nice pace here for such a big card, aren't we? Warriors and the Suns here Thursday night in Phoenix. We got the Warriors coming in here with a record of 13-14. Phoenix is 14-12 right now. Both teams have lost a couple in a row. Warriors lost to Minnesota and Portland as favorites, lost the games outright. Phoenix, meanwhile, lost as dogs to OKC by just 49 points, and then they lost to the Lakers in that 116-114 game we talked about, but the Suns were favored in that game, so Lakers got the money and the win there as well. For Golden State here in this one, they're just 4-9 against the spread. Their last 13 games against Phoenix. Phoenix has covered 12 of their last 16 games overall. They're 9-4 against the spread at home. Golden State, meanwhile, just 7-9 against the spread on the road. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone. 3 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under. 4 of the last 6 have gone under overall. Phoenix has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games at home. Let's hear from you in the chat in this one between the Golden State Warriors, Phoenix Suns here. Action from Phoenix on Thursday night. Go to the chat. Phoenix is 4-9 to the under at home this season, although Warriors are 11-6 to the over as a favorite, 10-6 to the over on the road. Greg says he's got it, 118, 115. He thinks Phoenix should be favored in this one. Here's some steam real quick. Western Illinois and Lindenwood. We're seeing some steam. We already talked about that steam that came over on Lindenwood. Now here's some steam to the over. How about this? We're seeing steam to the over here. Western Illinois and Lindenwood. It was 145, but right now we're seeing it up to 147 here with Western Illinois and Lindenwood today. All right, Warriors for Abel. Steam coming in here right now on the game between Southern Utah and Northern Arizona. Note the start time, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Steam to the under here with Southern Utah, Northern Arizona. It was 149. We're seeing that steam come in right now on the under, and it's down here quickly to 148. Not that stiff of a move, but steam to the under reportedly here. Southern Utah and NAU. D Money likes Phoenix. LALV here likes the over in this one. All right, and and I'll make my call here in this one between these two, and I'll also take the over with Golden State and Phoenix tonight. Give me the over here at 230.5. 231.5. Wow. Okay, let me get it going here. One more game left. I'm having a little bit of issues here. Kings and Trailblazers are our last one here. with Kings coming in 6-20, Trailblazers 10-16 in this one. Sacramento's dropped 3 straight here right now to Indiana, Denver, and Minnesota. I think they failed to cover in all 3 of those. Portland, meanwhile, coming off the win at home against Golden State. They were a 5-point dog. They won by 5. That one was, I think, a wrong team favored special, wasn't it? They had lost 3 straight before that to Detroit, Memphis, and New Orleans. Sacramento's been a dismal team against us. They've been dismal, period, right? They're 6-20 straight up, 8-18 against the spread, 7-16 as an underdog. Even the points aren't good enough for Sacramento. Meanwhile, for Portland, strangely enough, however, Portland, despite here being 14-12 against the spread, they're 1-8 against the spread as a favorite. They cannot stand prosperity at all. However, they are 7-3 against the spread at home. Is that enough here? Can they really shake this? The funny thing about it is, Portland, they're 1-8, as I said, 1-8 against the spread as a favorite. They're also 8-1 to the over as a favorite. So they just give up too many points in this role. And is that what's going to happen here in this one when they take on a lowly Sacramento team that can't seem to cover anything? Let's see what you have. The Blazers are at least 5-2 against the spread. But the Kings are 1-7 against the spread in their last 8. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen here? This is tough to figure out. What do you guys got? Trailblazers over for Justin. Robert likes the Kings still there. And Barr likes the under. Abel's taking the over, though. LALV on the over. Greg says here he likes the Kings for sure in this one. And let's see, Robert likes the over as well. Tom Redcard likes the Kings. All right, there's enough. I'm going to go with I'm not saying I'm going with the chat. I mean, I'll take responsibility here, but it just seems bizarre that Portland 1-8 against the spread as a favorite. I mean, it's not like they're a very good team here, right? I mean, they are well under 500. So I'll take the Kings here. We take Sacramento here in this one. Schroeder is questionable. Levine is out. Eubanks is out for Portland here. Yeah, they got a relatively clean report. Wesley is out. We know Holiday's been out. That's it for the NBA. Let's move to some college basketball. Man, we got such a big card here. And let's get to that game. We're just a half an hour away between North Florida and Charleston Southern. College basketball, early action, 11 Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific time in this one. North Florida comes in 2-8 straight up. They're in a losing streak here right now. Meanwhile, for Charleston Southern, they've lost 2 of their last 3. Both teams are great against the spread, oddly enough. For even North Florida, 2-8 straight up, but 8-2 against 6-2 against the spread so far. 4-1 against the spread on the road. Charleston Southern pretty good as well against the spread, but they're 7-5 straight up, 5-0 straight up at home, 6-3 ATS overall, 2-0 ATS at home. The other 3 were non-lined opponents here. Widely reported steam did come in on North Florida here. It says 10.5 there, but it's down to 10 here at some spots. I guess I could call it 10.5 and be generous. Total here, 163 in this one. They're supposed to run this one through the roof. Nothing really points to these teams as super over teams, except for the fact that North Florida is 3-1 to the over as a dog. Let's go ahead and parlay it up for the first game of the day here, and I'm going to take North Florida plus these points in this one. Look, they've been a good cover despite this poor record, and I think it will be an over. I mean, We're not getting the best of this one at all with this total, but at 164, because it was 160, could be down to 163 here at a few spots. It keeps going back and forth right now, though, right at the 164 mark. So we're going to play them both here. We're going to take North Florida in the over, a little parlay action for me here on the morning steam this morning. VAR likes the under. Robert likes the over. All right, we're going to, I'll keep the theme here going, the non-primetime games here a little bit with Hampton taking on Jackson State. Hampton here is up to an 8.5 point favorite right now in this one. Let me update that on my sheet too before I update it for you guys. And the total here now is 139.5. Wow, it was 136.5, and some steam came in to take it up to 139.5 in this one right now. Let me update that Hampton spread too. There we go. Hampton does come in here 5-6 right now. Jackson State's 1-9. They've lost 3 straight to Kennesaw. They did not cover against Houston in an 80-38 loss. They were getting 40.5. They lost by 42. They also lost to Northwestern by 30 in a failure. So Jackson State comes in here 3-7 ATS overall. This one's being played at College Park, Georgia here. So Hampton 3-6 to the under so far this season. Let's see what you guys. I just picked this one because it was kind of a standalone game at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific. Hampton's 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 overall. Jackson State, like I said, struggling here at 3-7 ATS, 2-6 ATS overall, but 2-4 ATS is a dog at least. Hampton has gone under in 6 of its last 8 games overall coming in, but obviously the reasonably significant move to the over here, 3.5 point move to the over overall in this one. So I'm going to take Hampton here. I'm going to lay it. I think they'll crush. Give me Hampton to win in this one. Hampton in. And Bobby Mack said, I was already on Hampton. Laid that good number, Ramon. Try to get to the good number. Tom says he's got North Florida and Hampton. LALV likes the under now that it's gone up to 139.5. I'm not sure I can still do it. I'll probably, these are one of those I'll bet it. I'm not going to say it publicly. I'm betting it, but I might bet it over. That's where Razor says, wait a minute. You're telling me that you're going to bet this, you're not giving out. Well, I got to have, I'm still going to bet. All right, here we go. Let's keep it moving. I got a few more in college basketball before we get to the hockey card here. Coastal taking on App State. We got conference action here today. All right. Little conference play in the Sun Belt in this one with Coastal taking on App State. Here you got Coastal 6-5, App State 7-5, I believe. Can't even read it. What's wrong with my graphic there? There we go. App State, winners of 2 in a row right now. They covered against High Point and ECU. App State's 3-1 against the spread at home so far. Coastal coming in off a 21-point loss to Grand Canyon on the road. They were getting 18.5. They failed to cover in for their last 5 games overall. Talking about the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, they're just 1-9 straight up in their last 10 games against Appy State. App State's gone under in 5 of their last 6, and the head-to-head is pretty much an under too. believe the last two meetings for sure have gone under, including last season. The meeting here at App State was 74-51. App State won and covered at home. I got to take App State here -4.5. Steam came in on Appalachian State, and we're laying a few extra points here for extra 1.5 here for sure. But I'm going to take App State in this one. And let's see how you guys have it here. All right. Justin's got Bill and Mary tonight against Radford. Man, good. Justin taking Bill and Mary there on the extra board. Var's got App State. Tom Reghard on App State. Abel's on App State. Wow, we're all on App State. I probably should have went with the total, but I'm on with you guys. Let's take App State. That sounds like we used to call that a consensus here on the Morning Steam Show, didn't we? Good non-conference matchup here with Temple and Davidson. You got Davidson here favorite in this one by 5.5. Total 144.5. Looks like it's gone up just a little bit. Maybe it's 144, but let's adjust the total here a little bit at least to be reflective of the move. I do see some 143.5 still out there. Davidson has won 3 of their last. Ooh, 3 of their last 4 games coming into this one. Coming in off a win over. Why can't I read my writing there? Oh, Davison. Oh, how embarrassing. Fire the graphics, man. Yeah, they're coming in off of a win over Mercyhurst. 80-47 is a 12.5 point favorite. I could have figured that out without having to look it up. They did lose and fail to St. Mary's. They lost by 11 as an 8.5 point dog. Still Davidson. Okay against the spread, 5-4. Temple not good against the spread, 3-7 overall this season. ATS 0-3 ATS on the road so far. So Temple's had their woes to say the least. Just 1-7 ATS in their last 8 as they cover their first 2 and then have had some struggles. Davidson, meanwhile, at home, 6-1 straight up. They're also 5-0 straight up as a favorite. Temple's gone over in 7 of their last 9 overall. Davidson's gone over in 4 of 5 as a favorite here right now. Steam came in on the under here, but I'm going to go ahead in this one and take the Wildcats. Give me Davidson here over Temple tonight. Get me the Wildcats. All right, here we go with Greg. Oh, he liked Dappy back there too. We're all piling on. Greg here, I think he actually prefers Temple there by a little bit. Robert's on Davidson with me. He also likes the under in this one, likes that steam. I got one more college game to look at between Illinois State and Southern Illinois. We got more conference action here. This might be the best game of the day, actually, here. Missouri Valley Conference between Illinois State and Illinois. The widely reported steam came in on the over. That's a stale number if I've ever seen it. I think it's up to 155.5 here right now on that one. 155. And the spread's 2 for Southern Illinois here tonight at home. Southern Illinois comes in 6-5. Illinois State's 8-3. Illinois State's been pretty good here of late, but they did lose last time out, 83-78 to Utah State, but they got the money. Illinois State is 6-4 ATS, but just 1-3 ATS on the road. Meanwhile, Southern Illinois is 3-1 against the spread as a favorite. 3-2 against the spread at home coming into this one. Meanwhile, Illinois State has covered 5 of their last 6. They've won 7 of their last 8 here, but I think as a small dog, I think that tells me what I want to know here. Southern Illinois is 4-0 straight up as a home favorite this year. Illinois State has lost all three of their games as a dog. I'm going to take Southern Illinois in this one at home against Illinois State here in this one. Southern Illinois, this is the, I believe, the conference opener for these two teams. Let me make sure here. Yeah, conference opener here in the Missouri Valley tonight. 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over, and then it's already moved higher. But I will note that Southern Illinois is 1-4 to the under at home. I don't know if that matters, but Steam came in on the over. So give me Southern Illinois here tonight, and that's a look at college basketball. Your plays are in here a little bit. Oh, Southern. Man, the graphics guy sucked this morning, huh? There we go. Doesn't matter other than I'm just a perfectionist, I guess. Abel might be on the under here. D Money likes Southern Illinois. Tom Reghart, Southern Illinois. And Bobby Mack says, give me the under in this one. Thank you, Bobby. All right, we're going to go to hockey. We've got a big card here. We're just 15 minutes away from that first game in college basketball as well. I think there was like one other team playing let me see here. Gardner Webb is playing Toccoa Falls at 11 Eastern. Anybody wants to check that one out, a non-board game, but I think I did see like a money line on the game on some of those prediction markets. I know it's a monster money line, but funny, the one thing you see on the prediction market so far is some of those out of the way games are actually like, it's one of those 1 cent contracts, but sometimes you actually get, they say you actually can get the 1 cent contracts have when you get the 1 cent to win 99 cents are kind of a good value. All right, I don't know what I'm doing with those contract markets there a little bit, but I'm starting to use them a little bit more. Abel liked the under there. Greg said Southern Illinois, and Abel's going to the Pepper. Abel's going to be there at the Pyramid tonight. Remember Abel when the Pyramid was like state of the art? Now it's kind of, I don't want to disrespect the Pyramid. You're going there, but it's still a neat place. It's still fun. Long Beach 2-9 coming into that game against Pepperdine. Pepperdine 4-7. Probably should make a pick for Abel. Let's go to the hockey, though. We've got no time to waste. With a big hockey card. Take the big sheet and place it with the hockey sheet. Whoops. Let me at least fold it up here so it doesn't get all clunky. All right, here we go. First up, the Blackhawks are at the Canadiens here tonight. Let me fire up the goalie computer first off since we got a big card. Let's get ready. Chicago's lost 3 in a row here right now to St. Louis, Detroit, and Toronto. They played pretty good in that Toronto game, but Chicago's starting to come back down to earth here. It feels like a little bit of late. Looks like for Chicago here, Spencer Knight, and looks like Jakub Dobish in here for Montreal tonight. Let me know if you guys have the other goalies or just using a couple sites that I use anyway. But still here for these two, you got the Canadiens. They are 3-12 as a puck line favorite this season. Chicago's 24-7 as a puck line underdog. Yeah, Chicago's playing a lot worse, but man, Montreal, they're still not, world beaters or anything. They're actually coming up here winning, win, loss. That's kind of the way they've been going. They did just lose to Philadelphia 4-1 last time out. Montreal is 12-6 to the over at home, 9-6 to the over as a favorite, but Chicago's been going under here for the most part of late. In fact, Chicago here has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games overall. Montreal and Chicago have gone under in 11 of their last 14 meetings here. They did meet already once this season. It was 3-2 Montreal here at home in that one. Man, another one here today where I think I want to try to take the under. Let's hear from you in the chat, though, as we get ready to roll here with our hockey coverage here tonight. But let's see. Is it 4 out of the last 5 for Chicago? Yeah, 4 straight. 4 straight for Chicago under. I think that settles it for me. I'm going to go under. But let's see here. No, Abel, hey, if you invited me to the pyramid, I'd go. All right, even if it was 4-7 and 2-9. Greg likes 3-2 Canadians here, and Robert likes the under. I like the under as well. Give me the under tonight in this one between the Blackhawks and the Canadians. This one's going to be 3-2 Montreal. Did we get 2 scores exactly right there yet? I mean, I know it's not totally hard, but I think we got 2 games exactly right there yesterday with those off the cuff. Hey, it's going to be 4-3 in there, 3-2 in here. What were those games? Do you remember, gang? Was the Panthers and the Kings? We said 3-2. We said 3-2 for sure in that one. And what was the other one? No, that might have been it. I don't know. Okay, keep it going here, though. Right now, LALB on the under here. Canadians money line in the parlay for Abel. Here's the Kings taking on the Lightning here. It looks like Phoenix Copley is going to have to come in here for a little while. The Kings are having some goaltending issues right now with injuries, so Copley makes his yearly appearance, it feels like, right? Usually he gets called up here for a while and fills in. Sometimes he fills in quite well. Darcy Kemper is going to be out for a while with an upper body injury. So it'll be Copley here, likely in this one. They've lost 4 straight. Tampa's lost 2 in a row here right now, losses to the Islanders and to Florida here of late. So I think Vasilevsky in there. The Kings are struggling right now, and Copley's not a horrible option here. Obviously, he's their third man. Had to bring him up from the AHL to get going here. Still, the Kings are one of the best road teams in the league, 10-4 overall this season, but this one might be a little bit tougher going up against a team like Tampa Bay, who's lost 2 in a row. Here, Tampa Bay's still been pretty solid of late for Tampa here. They've beaten the Kings in 9 straight meetings at home right now. So, man, the Kings, this is just not a good spot. Not a good locale for them. Unders hitting 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two, and the Kings have gone under in 4 of their last 5 games overall. The Kings are just 3-8 to the under as a dog. I'm going to go under here in this one with Tampa Bay and the Kings here. We'll see if the Kings get more than 2 goals here. Maybe they can cover, but this one might be, I don't know, could be, will it be 3-1 here tonight? Get your plays here in this one with the Kings. Let's see, Tom liked Chicago in that first one, and I like to put those in too, Robert. I think, sometimes their games have a more obvious feel than some others, right? Philly Eagle Flyer. Hi, Philly Eagle Flyer on the Lightning. Team total over. Here's Greg. Likes it at 4-2. I guess that'd be an over. Abel likes it under. Robert likes it under. Yeah. 3-1 for me tonight in this one. Maybe it'll be 3-2, but I don't think he gets anything more than that. NYC Bar on the under, and LALB, like the Kings on the puck line. Kings are 8-3 is a puck line underdog. Tampa Bay 7-19 is a puck line favorite. Tom likes the Lightning on the other end, though, at -1.5. Maple Leafs and Washington here. Toronto comes in 15-12-5. Washington 18-11-4, but Washington's lost 3 straight all of a sudden. Losses to Carolina, Winnipeg, and Minnesota. Here, Washington still 10-5 at home this season, 14-8 as a favorite. Toronto 5-7 on the road, 4-7 overall as a dog, but still $1.55, kind of rough there a little bit. I don't know, that price might be a little bit too high. Washington 11-11 as a puck line favorite. Toronto 7-4 as a puck line dog. You have a Toronto team that's 5-2 in their last 7 trips into Washington, and Toronto's been pretty good on the road here of late. You know, they were just on a long homestand, but they have won 4 of their last 5 on the road. This is their first road game in quite a while here, actually about 3 weeks. But Washington, meanwhile, like I said, with those 3 straight losses right now, Toronto's won 9 of the last 13 meetings. I'm taking Toronto in this one, plus the $1.30, $1.25 here, whatever it is. Give me the Maple Leafs here on the road over the Caps tonight, even with a good goalie matchup here, Woll against Thompson. I'm going to try the Leafs here. Washington has won the last 3 meetings, to be fair, but Toronto did win here last year 4-3 last November, although the meeting in November just about 3 weeks ago was 4-2 Washington. All right, here we go with some comments from you. And we've got Leafs for Abel, Toronto for LALB, Leafs for Tom. Robert likes the under, and Greg likes this one, 3-2 Caps. Here's the Oilers with the Ari coming in here. $1.35, maybe it's gone down a little bit. Oh, it's gone down quite a bit. I'm showing the sharp books here down to $1.25 or so. Let's call it at least $1.35. That's where the square shops are, but the move is clearly on Boston here in this one. Edmonton 16-12 and 6. They've won 3 of their last 4, but Boston's been a little bit hotter than that. They came in with a win over Utah. They lost to Minnesota before that, but had wins over New Jersey, St. Louis, and Winnipeg. Boston here 12-5 at home so far. Who is the most profitable team in hockey this year? The Boston Bruins. You're going to be up over 10 units so far, backing Boston all season long. In fact, the current number is now 11 1/3 units when taking Boston here so far this season. Man, you can't do much better than that. No team is up there like Boston. These 2 teams are a combined 39-29 to the over this season. Boston 17-12 to the over as an underdog here for Edmonton coming into this one. Currently, they've lost. I'm sorry. Edmonton has, let me get it straight here, won 3 straight over Boston overall. The teams have not met yet this season, but Edmonton swept it last year. In fact, they won here at Boston 4-0 in the last meeting between the 2 teams last January. Boston's won 10 of their last 12 at home and 5 of their last 6 overall. I think that kind of outweighs what we're seeing a little bit from Edmonton. Both teams have gone over in 5 of their last 7 games. The series kind of points to an under. All 3 of those Edmonton wins were unders here, but right now, like I said, Boston going over as a dog. Both teams going over here a little bit of late. I'm going to take the over in this one. It's a big number here, one of the few 6.5s out there tonight, but I'll take over. at 6.5 here. Figure it's going to be. I'm going to say it's going to be maybe 4-3 Bruins. I think the Bruins are pretty live here as a dog. I'd probably prefer the Bruins. All right, Philly Eagle Flyer. Hello, we took the Caps. Ramon on the Capitals. Yep. No, I'm on the Leafs. I'm on the Leafs, Philly Eagle Flyer. I'm on the Leafs. Okay. Robert on the Bruins here in this one. NYC Bar likes the under 6.5. Robert likes the over with me. Abel's on the Bruins money line. Greg there says 4-3 Oilers. I'm going the other way. LALB says Bruins on the puck line. The Bruins are 23-6 as a puck line underdog. Edmonton 9-18 as a puck line favorite. Robert says this one might go OT. Timothy Hawk here today. Hi, Timothy. Likes the Bruins on the money line. Abel says go over, and Tom Regard on the Bruins money line. I'm going to keep it going right now so we can get this show over with, but we want to preview all the games with you guys. How about the Wild taking on the Blue Jackets? Look at Minnesota, $1.20 here in this one against Columbus. Minnesota, I mean, come on. One of the best teams in the league here, certainly. 20 wins, 9-5 coming in for Columbus. Meanwhile, they did win last time out, but that's snapped a losing streak. They beat Anaheim 4-3. That was one we called an exact score. I remember that one. But they had been big-time losers before that, and you have the Blue Jackets 6-17, straight up as an underdog. Minnesota, yeah, they're just 9-8 as a favorite this year, but oh man, come on, Minnesota. They feel now Gus is going to be in there apparently, and not Wallstedt, but I don't think that matters that much here. Let's see what you guys think in this one. Minnesota coming in here on the road, but no big deal. I mean, hey, Gus started the season as the man here really in Minnesota, only recently since Wallstedt's surge, as he kind of passed him up. For the Blue Jackets here, and Chet Greaves, he's confirmed in goal today, 2.76 goals against, 8-5 record, 90.5% save percentage in this one. But man, the Wild have been good. Come on. Minnesota here, they are 6-9 to the under on the road, 7-10 to the under as a favorite. 13 of the last 18 games for Minnesota have gone under. Columbus has gone under in 7 of its last 10 games. I'm going under here in this one with Minnesota and Columbus. Give me the under here, especially at this 6.5 heavily juiced to the under. Is that right? At Bovada, it's 6.5 under 25. Most of the other books are at 6 over here. I'm going to have to make sure I make it 6.5 under 25, but I'm going to take the under in this one. We move on. Let me get your picks here. 4-3 Wild for Greg. Abel says the Bruins were a consensus in that game. All right. I thought we said some Oilers, though. No? Abel on the under here. Robert's on Columbus money line. LALV likes the under. Next up, the Penguins are taking on the Sens here. NHL action for Thursday night. We've got the Penguins here and Artur Silovs, 14-9-9 for the Penguins. Penguins are on a big-time losing streak right now. Ottawa's won 2 of their last 3 coming in. Wins over Winnipeg and Columbus. They lost to Minnesota. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, losses here to Anaheim, Montreal, San Jose, Utah, Edmonton, and they were all at home. Pittsburgh, thank gosh, they want to get out of town here right now and get on the road, it feels like, because they are struggling. Ottawa here, $1.875 favorite. Ottawa is just 5-17 as a puck line favorite. Pittsburgh 17-3 as a puck line underdog. It's going to be hard not to want to take Pittsburgh at plus 1.5, although it is a modest minus price here, even with that $1.85 line. Still, Pittsburgh on the puck line is at minus $1.75. That's just the nature of the people say that we're seeing bigger blowouts here. I don't think that's the case. I think we're seeing 1 goal games in a lot of these games. How else could you have spreads like this and straddles like this here? It feels like. Anyway, Ottawa's 13-9 to the over as a favorite. Pittsburgh's 13-7 to the over as an underdog coming in. Both teams feel like they're trending over to me. Pittsburgh's gone over in 4 of its last 5. Ottawa's gone over in 7 of their last 10 games overall. Pittsburgh's gone over in 3 straight. I'm going over here with Pittsburgh and Ottawa tonight. Pittsburgh might be broken. Total here, though, I have it 6.5 under 25 on the screen. You can grade me on that, but it's mostly 6 over. No, it's 6.5. 6.5 everywhere. I'll go over 6.5. All right. Robert likes the over as well. Greg says it'll be 4-3 Pittsburgh. I don't know about that. Wow, that's a big upset for Greg there. Penn's money line for Abel. So you guys like Pittsburgh to snap this losing streak against a $1.75 favorite tonight. That's what I like. Hey, I might not agree, but that's what I like to see out of the chat. Flyers here on the road taking on Buffalo. The Flyers are 17-9-6, man. They're playing pretty well this season. They've lost 3 of their last 4, but do come in off of a win over Montreal. They did lose to BGK and Carolina twice, so tough schedule there in the last couple of games. Buffalo, meanwhile, 3-game winning streak over Edmonton, over Vancouver, over Seattle here right now. They're $1.40 coming in. Is it Lion? Yep, Lyon is likely here to be in goal. He was in the starter's crease this morning. 6-6-3 record, 3.0 goals against, and a 90.5% save percentage here. But man, the Flyers getting him as a dog here. I don't know if I could pass in this one against Buffalo. Flyers won the meeting just a week ago or 2 weeks ago, 5-2 at home against Philly, against Buffalo, easily winning. It felt like in that game. You got a Philly team here right now coming into this one, playing pretty well here of late, considering they are just 10-13 as an underdog this season. But you got to look at the series a little bit here too between these two, between Philadelphia and Boston. Philly's won 3 of the last 4 games overall between the two teams coming in. Philly has won 4 of their last 5 on the road. I think that kind of outweighs Buffalo 9-5 at home this season. Both teams have been trending under for sure. Buffalo's gone under in 8 of its last 11. Philly's gone under in 5 of their last 6. I'm going to take the Flyers in this one as my pick. Give me the Flyers on the road to keep it going here right now. I'll take them as a dog against the Sabres tonight. Greg says 4-3 for the Flyers in this one. Abel's liking the Flyers as well. And hey, good morning to Robert Dixon. I could almost set my watch to him, but okay. Philly for me as well. Thank you, Robert. Okay, just a few more, you guys. Thanks for hanging out all the way here with me. We still got a few dozen of you in here, 5 dozen of you in here right now. Thank you very much for watching. Rangers taking on the Blues. This is a tough one. Okay, we know the Rangers on the road. That's where we like them, right? They struggle at home and they win on the road. They're 12-5 on the road this season. But Blues are a good underdog. They're 11-8 as an underdog. Now, yes, this is an interconference series, but the Blues have owned this series. They've won 5 straight at home against the Rangers, and the Rangers are struggling here a little bit. Even on the road, they've lost a couple. They lost at Chicago, but again, they're losing at home. They win on the road. It's so bizarre here, but you are getting the Blues, who have beaten the Rangers 5 straight times here right now. Rangers have gone under in 5 of their last 6, and the Blues have gone under in 4 of their last 6 games at home. I'm going to take the Blues here. I know we've been happy to go with the Rangers on the road here, but if it comes to a situation where you got a site where they just don't play that well, look, they basically lost the last 5 years here. That's not it's not like they're a regular series here, but I'm going to take the Blues here as an underdog. I know we've been pounding this Rangers team on the road. It's been very profitable so far this season. If you're betting the Rangers on the road here so far, you are up nearly 6 units so far. And if you're betting the Blues at home, you're down 5 units. But tonight, I'm on the Blues. That might be hard for, let me see the chat. I think they'll probably go with the Rangers, but Abel's on the Rangers. Robert's on the under. Philly Eagle Flyer, I think, is on the range. I think the Rangers, that means Rangers. I don't think Philly Eagle Flyer is on the rag. All right. Maybe I am. All right. Let's keep it moving. Great job, you guys. LAOV liking the puck line here. St. Louis 15-4 as a puck line underdog. The Rangers are 5-14 as a puck line favorite. Hello to Flea Mathis. Great to have Flea here. There in the chat says, how about the college football game? He likes Missouri State in that one. Yeah, we did talk about it. I'm with you, Flea. Here's an under for Abel in this one. You look at the total here between the Rangers and the Blues, and I think that's probably the right way to go. Couple more here. How about the Kraken here at the play on the Mariners? Oh God! Some people think I type in these up on purpose so I can make it funny, but I don't. I really don't. I just going on autopilot. Kraken here in the Flames. In this one, you have the Kraken here on the road, coming in with a record of 12-13-6. Calgary, meanwhile, 13-17-14. We recognize them as one of the worst teams in the league, but they've actually fought their way up now to 6th place. So they're tied with Seattle anyway. But they are 7-5-2 at home this season. So the Flames have been okay, but Seattle 9-17 as an underdog. 9-17 as an underdog this season, and right now for Seattle, they're 1-9 straight up in their last 10 games overall. They're also 2-5 their last 7 on the road, while Calgary has won 4 of their last 5. So nobody wants to lay this price with Calgary, but I don't know if Seattle has what it takes here to stay in this game actually today. I'll probably just move to the total here. Seattle's gone under in 8 of their last 12. 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under here. So let me hear what you have, though, in this one with Seattle taking on Calgary here tonight. I'm going to take the under here with these two at, 5.5. Give me the under between the Kraken and the Flames. The last 2 meetings here have gone under. 2-1 Calgary won it, 4-1 Calgary won here at home. All right, Greg says 3-2 Flames. That could be the final right there. Could easily be the final. I think LALB liking the under here with me. I'll go 3-1 maybe. Robert likes the under as well. All right, we got one more, and I want to get the show wrapped up. I'm heading over to a brand new poker room here near me at the Green Valley Ranch. They're reopening after 5 years. Hey, they didn't want to hire an old man to deal, so I'll go over there and try to bust a few unsuspecting souls in the one. Maybe I hopefully get into a 1-3 game. I'll take whatever they got. It's gonna be pretty packed over there. 15 tables. I'm sure it'll be pretty busy. Hopefully I'll be back in time for the game tonight. If I get stuck, I'll just have to. Maybe I'll be in the poker room, coming to you there. It looks like a beautiful room. Okay, here's Abel. He likes the under in that late game. Here we go. Last game, though. Stars and Sharks. Here with the Sharks coming in 17-4-3. Dallas is 22-7-5. Sharks have won 3 in a row. Right now, wins over Toronto, Pittsburgh, and Calgary. Can they hang in there tonight against Dallas at 220? Why not? Dallas is awesome. We know that. But, Sharks have had a couple of games where they hung in here, not recently. But these two teams do meet 4 times a year. So I don't even know when the last time the Sharks beat them was here. But let me see if I have it. Dallas has won 15 of their last 20. They've won 7 straight against San Jose here right now. Dallas also playing pretty well on the road of late. Does feel like kind of a strong Dallas play here, but I don't know. Can they really get a win here? Look, San Jose 24-10 as a puck line dog. They've been underdogs in every game this season. Dallas just 6-21 as a puck line favorite. I'm going to try San Jose here. Give me San Jose at plus 1.5. They are minus $1.45. Nobody's going to be too happy with that, but hey, we're seeing some steam right here, right now on Virginia in their bowl game against Missouri. It looks like Bo Pribula is going to miss the game. He's going to be, I believe he's out with might be in the portal there. But the line is moving because Pribula is doubtful for the game. So it does sound like he's going to back out of the game if he hadn't already. Just seeing this news here a little bit. I haven't been following it too closely, but there's definitely a steam move on Virginia because of Pribula's status here. Now out of this game, out of the bowl game here on, when is it here? It's not this Saturday, right? Saturday, December 27th. It was as high as 7, and now it's down to 4 here right now. Virginia and Missouri back. It's on December 27th. Okay, I think that's it for the morning steam show. Let's show the last few plays and get on out of here. Greg 4-3 Dallas. Robert says under, and he's on the Sharks with me here tonight. All right, that's it for the morning steam show. Hey, you want to get? I have a 5-pack of college basketball plays right now up at winnable.com/Ramon. I'll probably try to come in with a little more action tonight as well. Thanks to all the subscribers for getting these extra plays from me. Look, we're not going to go over all the college basketball. I got winners for you, and we have been smashing it. I think it's safe to say we've been smashing it in the college basketball here over the last few days over at winnable.com. Let me see here. I think we had another successful night there last night. Let me bring it up here and take a look. There we go. Let's see here. There are those plays. You can see them right there. Those are the premiums if you don't want to subscribe. There they are. Okay, let's take a look here. College basketball last night. We had under with Stony Brook and Albany. Did have a loser there with SFA and Corpus Christi. We won with Tulane. We won with the under with Middle and Kennesaw. We won with Arkansas State. Oh, a couple losers. 4-3. That's okay. I'll get you a good winning day here or there as well. NHL. Well, the NHL was a clean sweep right there. Montreal, Philly under. Toronto, Chicago under. Detroit on the money line. Hey, how about that? There you see 41 shows you how many people are kind of subscribed there. 41 people looked at those NHL premium sides. The college baskets there. We had the winner with Tarleton. That was Tuesday. So let's go ahead and wrap that up. Let's go to Mikey and then we'll be back and do the drawing. Oops. Let's Mikey.
it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Okay, the drawing's underway, and here it comes. We're going to get to see who is the winner tonight. Abel, wait a minute. Abel just won. Didn't he already win this week? Thank you, Abel, though. You give such great contributions to us. Thank you so much, as always, Abel. Appreciate you here. That's it for the Morning Steam Show. Really appreciate it. Make sure you join us tonight with Razor Sharp Picks. We'll have the game, our action here tonight with the Thursday night game, and also join Mikey Money for pre-gaming. You get you ready for the primetime action, 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 Pacific time. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Let's send you out of here with one more Steam play. You deserve it. It's Furman and Manhattan. We'll say this, and for those of you that follow the Steam on the show, it has not been a winner this week. There's no doubt. It's a little bit under 500, actually. But I know we've had those short cards, so let's see if they make it up here in the next couple of days. But it's been not a 500. It's probably just a couple games under 500, no doubt. But has not been necessarily a winner this week. But the Steam move that just came in is Furman and Manhattan. Steam to the over in this one. With Furman and Manhattan, it was 154. And now we're seeing it go higher here. Furman and Manhattan, last move here, I think, of the show. By the way, Charleston Southern leading North Florida 26-19 there in the first half. 11:25 to go. The Furman Manhattan game is up to 156.5. That's about a 2.5 point move there right now. Good luck to everybody. Really appreciate it. See you tonight with the boys over here on the Sports Money Network in conjunction with Razor Sharp Picks. Make sure you join us at 7:45 Eastern, 4:45 Pacific for that huge game tonight. Can't wait. See you then. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to